In 7.1, we are dealing with ratios and proportions. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. The ratio A to B, where B is not 0, can be written as A over B or A colon B. And then we have extended ratios. And so an extended ratio would be written as A colon B colon C. And extended ratios can also be written as AX colon BX colon CX. So let's go ahead and see how we can use ratios to solve some of these problems. This first one is in Logan's High School. There are 190 teachers and 2,650 students. What's the approximate student to teacher ratio at a school? Notice here they put students first and then they put teachers second. The order matters. So we're going to put the number of students first and the number of teachers second. So the ratio is going to look like this. 2650 colon 190. That's one way that we can write it. Right? Another way that we can write it is A over B. Right? So we can do 2650 over 190, like so. Okay, so then we're over here in example 2, and the ratio of the measures of the angles in the triangle is 2, 3, 4. And here the order matters, right? So angle J would be 2, angle H would be 3, and angle K would be 4. And we're going to go ahead and rewrite this ratio as 2x colon 3x colon 4x. So instead of angle J, we could put 2x. Instead of angle H, we could put 3x. Ooh, this is wrong. So the figure's wrong. Right here, this would be 3x. And then instead of angle K, we're going to put 4x. So now that we have our angles, expressions for our angles in the figure, well, we know that the angles of a triangle add up to 180, so we could say the first angle, J, 2x, plus the measure of angle H, 3x, plus the measure of angle K, 4x, is equal to 180, and then we could solve our equation. Right, so we got 7 plus 2 is 9, so we have 9x is equal to 180. We're dividing both sides by 9, then we get x is equal to 20. But again, we're not asked to find the value of x, we're asked to find the measure of the angles. So we need to go ahead and substitute it in, right? So angle J is equal to 2 times 20, so that's 40 degrees. Angle H is equal to 3 times 20, that's 60 degrees. And then angle K is equal to 4 times 20, that's 80 degrees. And so this would be our answer here. Okay. So that's how we can use ratios. That's how we can take a word problem and create a ratio using a colon or a division. And then we can also use a ratio to find the measures of a triangle. So this second part here is a statement that two ratios are equal. It's called a proportion. In the proportion, A over B is equal to C over D, where B and D are not 0, because of course we cannot have denominators equal to 0 in a quotient. The values A and D are the extremes. Yeah, the extremes. And the values B and C are the means. In the proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. So if we do have this proportion, we can create a new equation where we have the extremes, A and D, A times D, is equal to the product of the means, B times C. So we can rewrite this equation as A times D is equal to b times c. And this is what we call the cross product property. Okay. So if we have this example over here, right, how can we rewrite this equation involving quotients? Well, we can multiply the extremes, 4 times 15, and set it equal to the means, 10 times 6. And so we can use that property to solve these problems here. Right? And so let me go ahead and try the first one. So the extremes here would be 6 times 31.5. So 6 times 31.5 is equal to 21 times x, or 21x. Now 6 times 31.5 times 6 is 189, is equal to 21x. And then we're going to divide both sides by 21 now. And so we get 9. So x is equal to 9. And so we're going to go ahead and apply that to the next couple of problems, along with the word problem here at the bottom.